Call hello Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who teach and rule well. Salutations to you brothers in the highways and byways. Salutations also goes out to you brothers and few sisters that tune in to listen and learn. The rest of the hopeful elect. To you all I say Shalom. I'm the brother Malak from the Diligent Soldier Camp here in Boston, Mass. As always, I pray this lesson be edifying to the elect. The name of this one is Israel and the U.S. attack Iran. Israel and the U.S. attack Iran, all right? And if you don't know by now, man, you know, as of, let's say, Saturday, February 28, 2026, at approximately shortly after 9:30 in Tehran time out there in Iran, which was like maybe in the wee hours of the morning here or early mornings over here, you know, after like midnight, if I'm not mistaken. Anywho, a major preemptive attack by Israel was reported. Salakia. A major preemptive attack by Israel with reported U.S. involvement began in the early hours of Saturday, February 28, 2026. Explosions were reported in Tehran and other cities like Isfahan, I guess, around 9:30 Tehran time, targeting military and nuclear infrastructure. All right, so in detail, the strikes described as a massive operation to neutralize nuclear capabilities, target sites in Tehran, Isfahan, Qom, Karaj, and Kermanshah. I probably mispronounced all of that wrong. But, yeah, there you have it, you know. They went in there and they attacked these people. And, you know, what's crazy was that for the longest, there was a pressure on the U.S. to basically get the first lick, you know, throw the first punch, as they say. And a lot of politicians here were pressuring, including other people were pressuring Donald or trying to put some pressure on the administration from over here, from Babylon, to not do that, and to let, if anything, the 48ers do that first. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what they did. They jumped on that because they didn't want to do it. You know, Small has, obviously want Babylon to throw the first punch. They use the Goyim, as they say, for everything, right? But as long as they knew that Babylon was going to back them up, they'll throw the first punch with no problem. That's how I was looking at it, man, because they're cowards, man, But anywho, yeah, they went in there, and attacks are still going on. Iran retaliated by not only shooting at back at Israel, but also attacking American bases that were around, because Iran is surrounded by other countries, you know what I mean? As opposed to, let's say, us here, where we have two big bodies of water in each coast, So, we fight in the land, air, and sea, and so it's a different it's a different approach when you're attacking a country that's surrounded by land, The point is, man, these people let off, and even Dubai caught strays, man. I believe it was Dubai. There's reports of a hotel where Americans were staying that was also hit with a missile. I mean, I saw the video. I'm not 100% sure if that's a hotel. From initial reports say that it's a civilian structure and it's a hotel. So, yeah, but, they don't care. And they actually said, if you attack them, that it was going to basically be hell to pay. They wasn't going to hold anything back. And you see that, happening, man, because, the ones that were weak are not saying that they're not, you know what I'm saying? The ones that didn't have any weapons now have it, and allies that are as equal, if not stronger than Babylon, you know what I mean, and Israel put together. So this is very interesting what's going on. We've been telling y'all that this was going to happen, all right? It's in the scriptures, okay? And it's only going to escalate from here, man. And I'm not going to even make this too too long. I just have actually a few scriptures that I wanted to bring out because there's plenty of lessons going into detail, how prophetic this is, right? I basically want to point out that the fact that, as I always like to point out, that the Lord is making this happen, man. This is the Lord's desire, his determination. He's as the scriptures say, his purpose. No, not his purpose. This is all fitting for a purpose. All these things that are happening are for a purpose, man. As a matter of fact, let's get right to it. Because World War III is definitely going down, man, and every nation is invited. All right, all you fucking nations are invited. Right, this is Revelations 11:14. It says the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh. Man, this is the spark, okay? That's or the ignition, or however you call it, that phrase goes, man. That's going to spark the world to go into a hot war, man. Making it official that we're in World War III, because these are the first shots, man. Even before that, the proxies, the threats, the going back and forths, the hacking and the killing of Soleimani a few years ago. All these things back and forth are escalating to what we're going through right now. But it's going to escalate even more, right, to the point where these powerful nations such as Russia, China, India, Babylon right here in the U.S., right? The only reason them 48ers are even in the mix is because they have enough money and get any weapons that they desire, so they're up in the mix. But they're nothing without Babylonians, man. But to stick to the point, man, we're living in that time where these nations are picking up arms, man, and they don't care, and they're building forming Voltron against Babylon, man, and Babylon's looking weak as fuck, But as I said, man, this man's going of the Lord. So this is all of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? This is the Lord's desire. Isaiah 13:4 says, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people. A tumultuous noise, going into confusion noise, right? A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the Lord of hosts of armies mustereth the hosts to the battle. So the Lord is the one that's mustering this, man. The Lord is the one that's antagonizing it, man. Right? Basically putting it that these people have no other option but to go to war. As a matter of fact, they have I think it was called Operation Looking Glass or something, and a few brothers are speaking about it. I happened to hear about it again after some time a couple days ago, and these devils have tried everything in their power to offset prophecies, okay, to basically steer or see if there's anything that they could do that will change the outcome. But there's no changing it, man, because you see, the scriptures ask who can make straight what the Lord has made crooked, and the answer to that is nobody, man. Only the Lord. So Esau is serving his purpose, because he, in the midst of all that, has the Lord has allowed him to ponder how to get out of his situation that he sees no other way, no other outcome of. Hey, that's his problem. The Lord put that on him, man, and it's plaguing him mentally, man, because these devils know that there's no other outcome but basically this war, their death and subjugation, I believe is the word. These devils is going into slavery, man. Every last one of these nations are all going into slavery, man. Okay? And this is what they're trying to prevent by making or putting together such operations as Looking Glass, where these devils is basically trying to look at the future and to see if they could do anything to, to have that cup past them, man. But they indeed are going to drink of that cup, man, as the book of Revelation says, man. I'll leave you with this last one, right? This is Jeremiah 49:26. It says, therefore, her young men shall fall in her streets, and all men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai of hosts, of armies, man, because the Lord is the one that's mustering these armies, as I was just reading in Isaiah, to come together out there in the so-called Middle East, man. As a matter of fact, the scripture says that he's going to gather them all in the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Shaphat, which means the Lord's judgment, Yahweh's judgment, all right, for what they have done to Israel, not only to his son, to Israel, you know what I mean, and to the rest of the world, man, to the planet, I mean, these devils gotta go, and the only one that could take them out is the very one that put them in place, man. All right, the one that blessed them with the sword, man, which was Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai at the end of the day, man. At the end of the day, all we have to really do is continue waiting patiently, watching and praying, and let these devils do what the scriptures prophesy they were going to be doing and getting into, man, which was war, all right, destruction, and the end, of this man's rulership, man. I pray this lesson was edifying. In closing, I want to give all honors and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles of GMS who teach and rule well. Salutations to you brothers in the highways and byways. Salutations to you brothers that tune into, and sisters that tune in to listen and learn. The rest of the hopeful elect, to you all I say shalom and a Bible ball. Call me Asherallah.